everyone to your June love reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there, and welcome all the new subscribers. We have so many new subscribers. Welcome, welcome. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what is going on in the love field for you this month. Best message is coming out. Message. Who are you dealing with, and what is their intentions? Who are you dealing with, and what are their intentions? The Two of Wands coming out, and we have these cards falling out, so let's go. We have the Two of Wands with the Nine of Wands, excuse me, Nine of Swords, a lot of nines, King of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the Devil. Interesting. Well, we have a lot of nines over here, so I just feel like whatever's going on within the situation, there's definitely an ending to something. It's talking about the ending to where they are definitely thinking. You could be dealing with a Cancer over here, a Pisces or a Scorpio, a water sign. Doesn't have to be. Definitely feeling like they have broken the chains to something toxic within themselves. They do feel like they're not going to play with any kind of restrictions. With the Devil in reverse, they're not putting any restrictions on this relationship. Definitely not feeling like they're going to have any kind of setbacks. They're not having any kind of limiting beliefs when it comes to this situation. They might even feel like there was some kind of resentment that was going on within this relationship, or a past relationship that they don't want to bring into this relationship. I feel like that's kind of what it is. Maybe they're ending a relationship to start a relationship with you, and they're trying to be as comforting and nurturing as possible, because it does feel like there was some kind of attachment that was going on within the other relationship that they're detaching from. So I do feel like they are coming towards you. It's kind of like a little more free in emotion, but they're definitely feeling, yeah, a little more self-disciplined. Thank you. Feeling more, yeah. I feel like they do have more direction in this relationship than they did in maybe the last relationship. It feels like there was a lot of carelessness that was going on. And if you guys know that this is not the past relationship, this was just the way that you guys were dealing with each other, then it does feel like they knew that there was carelessness when it came to your heart. Or maybe there was carelessness in the way that both of you were treating each other, and they really want to fix this. It does feel like they're trying to nurture this three of, yeah, no matter what, there was definitely some hurt and some pain over here, but it feels like there was a lot of recovery and a lot of moving on. So whether it is the ending of your guys' relationship because it's too careless, or they're ending an old relationship so that they can start a new relationship with you, take it how it resonates. But there's a lot of hurt over here, and a lot of recovery, and a lot of moving on. And like I said, there's a lot of ending over here with the nines. So it does feel like, however it is, there was a lot of obstacles when it comes to this relationship. It does feel like there was also being a lot of stuck in the past. I still think that they were stuck in the past when it came to an old relationship, and they weren't letting this old relationship go. So it's like ruining your guys' relationship. Whether they're doing it or you're doing it, someone is holding on to a past relationship and not allowing this relationship to really grow. And really get to where it really needs to be. I do feel like there was a lot of procrastination, a lot of obstacles, a lot of skeletons in the closet type of scenario, where someone is just not allowing the true transition and recovery to take place for this relationship. So it does feel like this person may want to let this relationship go because of the third party situation. The third party situation is you or them not releasing the ex. In order to have what you really truly need, there has to be more comfortability. It almost feels like this relationship isn't even that comfortable. Okay, whether, like I said, it's them or you. There's a lot of lack of purpose when it comes to the situation. There's not enough. It could be also a lot of illusions, a lot of loss of reality, a lot of confusion, a lot of delusion of how they're seeing the situation. Too many choices, too much anxiety. Something is going on over here. You know, somebody needs to let go of this relationship anyways, and then come back, or you guys need to come together so that you can have this ultimate conversation of how to realign with each other, because someone is choosing the past over what's happening now, and they're not accepting 100% what's going on in their present relationship, and it's keeping this relationship at a stalemate, which ultimately could die, and it feels like it's making the passion die. So with the Two of Wands, it's kind of like, which way do I go? And that's the reason, that's how I feel your person is feeling. I think it's your person. They don't know how. But whether or not whoever's holding on, that's where it's coming in, right? Is it you or them? Losing a lot of desire when it comes to this situation. Yeah. Not enough contribution to the relationship for love. Somebody's stuck in their head, stuck in the past, stuck on someone else. There's a lot of resentment when it comes to that situation. Trying to free themselves from an ex. Punishing themselves, having counterattacks on themselves. Might be feeling like they have more of a loyalty to the ex than they do to, or the ex energy, or however it is, than to this relationship itself. Might even feel like they have more loyalty to the upsetness of the relationship, right? All these, they need to be this way. Yeah, harmful, destructive, feeling this is a very destructive relationship. So needing to calm down and listen to the inner voice to reduce that anxiety. Well, we see the anxiety with the Nine of Swords over there. So definitely feeling like, yeah, they're keeping hidden truths. And the hidden truth is that it could even make you feel like they care more about this ex than they care about you, or vice versa. And they're kind of concealing the truth. So it could feel very harmful, very betraying. Because of the change of heart, the difference in values. Someone, you know, may have someone may have gotten into a relationship too fast without healing. Should have been more healing to the situation. Either that, or you guys got back together and there wasn't enough healing before you could really start this relationship, because you guys are still holding on to past hurts and pains from each other or from somewhere else. Because it's definitely saying that there's different values going on. We're not seeing eye to eye. There might have been a lot of thought manipulation going on between the two of you. There's a lot of change of heart. There's a lot of rejections of certain situations. Definitely, yeah, a lot of concerns and worries, and might even feel like you're at risk. They feel like there's a risk factor to the relationship. I feel like whatever's going on in this situation, wherever you guys are in this relationship, it's definitely built on something that was, someone is not healed enough to be in this relationship. Either the two of you need to come together to heal, or help one another heal, or however, or it doesn't look like it's going to work. And if it's literally holding on to someone else, they could be even trying to put you in their shoes. Yeah, because there needs to be some kind of, yeah, definitely emotional baggage over here, unfinished business and personal transitions. And that's exactly what it is. And that's exactly what healing is. And that's exactly what I was talking about, unfinished business when it comes to this. And that's that energy of the ex. That's the energy of, yeah, raw emotions, obsession, feeling obsessed with the ex, feeling obsessed to the ex, you know, to the relationship, not feeling like, you know, you have the freedom. You're too attached to the situation, which is crazy, because the devil's upside down over there saying, I'm trying to detach from the situation, or, you know, I was trying, but now it's showing you do have that, or somebody does have that codependency. It's just an energy of codependency on each other, on maybe even the behavior, the addiction, the attachment, however it is, feeling like it's just literally poison in the situation. So yeah, until somebody gets some healing, I really do see the ending of this relationship more than I see the healing. I don't really see healing here as much as I see ending. Yeah, because it says right here, healing family issues. There it is right there, like I said. Yeah, and it says very soon is in reverse. I usually don't take reversals very often, but in this case, it does actually feel that way. It actually feels like they're not moving on very fast because of this card. That's the only reason that I'm going to take that in reverse, is because this Six of Swords is in reverse, saying that I'm not going to clean out that energy. I'm holding tight to it. I'm obsessed with that energy. I'm not going to give that up. And I'm keeping that kind of as my hidden truth, and that's kind of who I am. Because I'm so hurt. I'm not going to heal from that anytime soon. I need that family healing, though. They really do. This separation, it could be a divorce, a nasty divorce, something going on over here where it's like, yeah. But it says that definitely there could be a time apart and a separation between the two of you until some kind of healing comes through. It says time apart from your partner is on the horizon. And I do feel like this is exactly where you guys are headed, due to lack of healing. The new love in reverse. Yeah, because this is just doesn't feel like this is just not, there's not enough love. It might not even be love, this, you know. Might not, it might not, there's just not enough chemistry right now, because someone's holding on to their ex so hefty, so strong, literally not even aware that they're doing that. And it's such a toxic behavior that they don't realize it, because it's that resistance to change. It's a part of that healing that needs to take place. So in that transition and that recovery, and it's, it's very sad, and that's where it becomes a type of thought manipulation, my friends. And that's exactly what it is. It's kind of a thought manipulation. They don't realize it. They don't realize that they're throwing these things out, okay? And putting you in another person's shoes. It's just the way it is. Once they get the healing and all that, then that will, it'll all go away. But that just goes to show how obsessed they are and how much energy that they still have attached. They still have attached to that person. You're never going to win on that one until they heal. Okay? Plain and simple, you won't win. Because you can even tell them that. They won't even be aware. They might even tell you, you're crazy. I totally don't do that. And it's not that they're lying. I mean, they really probably don't realize that they're doing that. Or they might even say, I'm sorry, I won't do that anymore. And then they turn around and do it again. And it's not even comprehensible. Like, they don't even realize they're doing that. And this also could be a rebound situation. It actually, for a lot of you, I think this is a rebound relationship. A rebound relationship, okay, is a relationship that we get out of. For those of you who don't understand what that means, when we get out of a really deep relationship, like a marriage or anything that was super deep, and we jump into a new relationship too fast before healing and doing all of that, this is exactly what happens after that. Here, I'm going to give you the definition, actually. Okay, rebound relationships are often about the person who has been through a difficult breakup trying to meet their social, physical, and emotional needs. Sometimes this is at the expense of their new partner, who they might struggle to see fully with all the emotional turmoil they are experiencing. And that's exactly what it feels like as a rebound. A rebound is because I feel like I have to be attached to someone, because I need someone to love me. I need someone to hug me. I need someone to care about me. Because they're used to having that from the other person, and because it's like a stranglehold of your heart. Okay? And so it's going to be at the expense of the new partner, though, because that's where the Sally uses ranch dressing, and this is because they are very obsessed with this person, but they feel like they have to have love for their emotional needs. They feel like they need someone to cry on. They need sexual intimacy. They need those feelings, and that mostly it's emotional. I think it's more emotional, really. I know that they're saying, you know, it really is mostly emotional turmoil that they're experiencing, and they're trying to get that out of someone else. So they feel like they need that person now, and that does come at that expense of another person, because they can't really give you new love because they're really obsessed with the other person. They're just looking to replace the other person really fast, so they can feel that need, so they can feel like they're not feeling rejected. Because usually when this type of thing happens, usually rebounds happen when you're rejected. When they're rejected, they feel thrown away. So they want to go and get somebody else who's going to love them, hug them, make them feel secure, make them feel good. But the only problem is I'm still hooked to this person. I'm still hooked to them. I need healing. Okay? And that's literally what rebound is. In fact, I want to write that down, because I always think about that word, and I never, for some reason, we don't use it as much as we. Rebound usually happens a lot in college, stuff like that, and that's probably why I don't think of it much anymore. We used to use it a lot in high school too. But rebound relationships, yeah. So funny. I think about it a lot in a lot of these readings, and I never can remember the damn word, and it just came to me, and I was like, yes! And the average lifespan of a rebound relationship, my friends, is usually only between one month to maybe a year. For most younger people, it's usually only 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. Literally. Personally, maybe the older, personally, rebound that I've seen personally is an infatuation period. So the initial infatuation period is usually only literally 2 weeks to maybe 2 months. They're saying a year on this Google, but I've never seen a rebound last a year. Literally 2 weeks to 2 months is as long as I've ever seen one. Okay. So you could say they're a year. I mean, that's fine. But remember, it's an infatuation of someone going to help your heart. They're looking for someone to save me, love me, because of that initial hurt and pain and rejection. Okay. Okay, my friends, and that was it for you. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.